Hello guys, how are you doing so far? Okay, so before I'm gonna talk about how to become high ticket closer, how many of you know what high ticket closer is and what high ticket closing is? Okay, so just to make sure that we are on the same page, because there is a lot of definition of high ticket closing. So let me just quote my mentor Dan Lok and what he's saying about high ticket closing. So high ticket closing is the ability to close high ticket sales. While most salespeople focus on getting the deal, high ticket closing is all about meeting the prospect needs and letting them make their own educated decision. So what I love about this definition and about high ticket closing at all is that I'm just not trying to sell anything to anyone, but I'm trying to understand, is the product or service I'm offering or the business owner offering, is it really gonna help someone? And actually, just after university, I get my first job in big company in General Electric, and I was, really good there. I mean, I was promoted from just the engineer to lead engineer, then to senior engineer. I changed my job just to get more money, but also to get some more exposure to better technical stuff. I also moved from Poland to UK to check how it's there, to challenge myself, to meet more advanced engineers and to work in better companies like Rolls-Royce, for example. And just to give you a quick overview how I became high ticket closer and what my background is. I have been educated as a engineer, mechanical engineer, and the last thing I'm gonna do I thought I'm gonna do in life was selling, because I was very focused on the computer stuff. I wasn't a very social person, and I never saw myself as a person who can go out and talk like right now to so many people, and I never saw myself like that. And I thought that if you've got a solid education, you're gonna be good in life. And honestly, I was making good money. I was making like 6-7 figures, depend from year really. So from financial point of view, I was good. And when I was doing this kind of money, I felt that there is something missing in my life. I felt emptier and emptier every day. So I started looking, what is it? I start to investigate myself, my purpose in life, why I do what I do, and what really gives me some, I would say, happiness, what brings happiness to my life, what kind of action brings happiness to my life. And after a year of searching, I noticed that I'm really happy when I can help someone, help in any really kind, help to understand some new things, help to, physically help to move something, just help someone, educate someone. And I start to think, how can I use it, and how can I help as many people as possible, and make some money as a side effect, really. So I start to look on the YouTube, on the internet, and this is how I find Dan Lok and his course about high ticket closing. And this is really the first lesson I learned from him. So it's not really about how much money you make, but what's really important is how you make this money. Because you can make like $1 million, but if you feel miserable, what's the point? What's the point here? You just don't make money for money itself. You make money because you want to use it somehow. You want to help maybe someone. You want to provide for your family. Maybe you want to travel. It's really depends, but I don't know anyone who make money just for having money. It's pointless. It's pointless, and we need to understand that money itself doesn't have any value. The things or the action they can bring, this is really the value of money. And the second lesson, which I want to came up here, is that if I could do it, the person really not social person, with no many friends and with any, I don't know, like a social skill, before taking the course, if I could do it, if I could become high ticket closer and make money on this, you can do it too. The question really is, do you want it? And if the answer is yes, how much do you want it? On this picture, it's just a very short version of how I see the road to become high ticket closer, which anyone need to understand if they want to be successful. And I think in any kind of business, you need to take similar road. It doesn't have to be only high ticket closing or high ticket closer. So first, you need to work on your mindset, because we have been lied for so many years from all our friends, from family, from TV, from politicians, from our environment. And maybe they didn't even do it on purpose. Maybe they were learned like that, and they wanted just something good for us. But unfortunately, they harm us. Because when someone is telling you that you cannot pursue your dream because no one did it before, don't listen to this person. Don't listen, because you can. I mean, if Yinka could, I hope I pronounce your name correctly, if Yinka could, if Mark could, if I could, everyone can pursue their dream and do whatever they want in life and make as much money as they want. The first thing you need to do is really to understand yourself, to understand what holds you back, what negative things you've got about yourself. Think about things you tried to do before and why you failed. Was it because of someone else, or was it really because of you? Because you didn't really believe, you didn't really sacrifice everything to achieve the goal you wanted. The second really important thing in becoming a successful high-ticket closer is understanding money. I already said a few things about it, so you don't make money just for making money, because money itself doesn't have too much value. But also, you cannot put money on the pedestal. Money is not your God. It's nothing to be afraid of having large sums of money. So you need to understand that money doesn't have any power, and money won't change you from like a good person to bad person. Money maybe will amplify the character you've got. So if you are a bad person, you will be even worse. But if you are a good person, you can be even better, because you can help, for example, more people. And also, I think good example of how money works is, for example, Zimbabwe, where they print so much money that they lost almost all of the value. Don't be afraid of having money. Don't be afraid of saying that you're gonna earn $100,000 $1 million, on $10 million. And this is very important, because if you want to work for business owners whose product are, I don't know, 100K, 200K, 500K, and if you're not comfortable with this kind of sums, how can you close someone on this kind of deals? You won't be able, and you will see it that during the call, when you are on the call with someone and you try to close him on the deal or her on the deal, you will feel uncomfortable, your voice will go up, and you will feel warm inside because you are not comfortable with this kind of sum. So think about money as something good, some kind of energy, not a thing, not a god. Money itself doesn't have value. And this is really where you can start to work on the skill itself. So first you need to work on yourself. Then you can start to work on your skill, on the high ticket closing skill. And there is no one like a school of high ticket closing. You've got the Dunlop school, you've got the Wolf of Wall Street school. There is a lot of schools, really. The first thing you need to remember, that what is really important in high ticket closing, is that you are there on the call to help another person. You don't want to sell. You've got some product or service, and you need to figure out, is it going to be helpful for the person you're talking to? And if so, how or what you need to say to make them aware that they need it. Think about this, that you've got like a friend and you see that this friend needs some help and you know how to help them. But the problem is that your friend doesn't know that he needs a help or doesn't want a help. So how would you talk to your friend to help him? What would you say? You wouldn't say, hello, my name is this and this, and I'm offering, I don't know, some kind of help, yeah? Would you be interesting? It's not a good start. It's not a good start. Because then the person gonna say, no, not really. I mean, if he drank too much or if he smoked too much, I don't know, he won't stop it because he doesn't understand that he's got a problem. So you need to make him aware that drinking too much or smoking too much is a problem. So you need to ask questions to show that you really care about his health, and also to help him understand that he's destroying his health, because maybe he doesn't see it yet. Maybe he's not aware of it yet. Maybe he's good with it. So, for example, let's go with the example of a person who smokes or drinks too much. You can ask, okay, I mean, how does it work for, from financial point of view, okay? How much money do you spend on, or the alcohol or the cigarettes? Because I see that, you've got like old shoes, and did you think about this? I mean, why would you sacrifice, your health because you're not wearing any shoes, but you drink so much? I mean, did you think about this? How does it work for you? I mean, yeah. So you need to understand where his mindset is right now, and try to diverse or try to pursue him into the direction you want, and that's gonna be good for him, and what's gonna be good for him. And when you do it, if you will be able to do it, you won't have any problems with closing, because it's not logical mind which buy. It's not logical mind. It's the emotional one. Think about this. Let's say you want to buy a luxury car. There is no logical explanation for you to buying a luxury car. It's gonna take you from point A to point B like any other car. So why would you buy it? You would want to buy it because you see yourself in this luxury car, sitting down, relaxing, chilling. You feel better when you dream about it, where you imagine yourself, sitting on the leather, having climate control, air condition, going smoothly on the roads, and so on. So it's emotions that makes you want to buy this car. It's not logic, it's emotions. So if you are able to bring this kind of emotions to the closing call and help the person on the other side of the phone see themselves as a better version of themselves after purchasing your service or product, this is how you're going to close them. And yes, most of the high-ticket closers close on the one call, but it's not the rule, really. It depends. Are you closing the business to customer, or are you closing business to business? In business to business, mostly it takes several calls. Sometimes it takes even more than a month to close someone because they're not ready yet. With customers, it may be similar situation. Maybe they don't have money and they need to figure out how to get the money. So you did your job correctly. They want your product, they want it, but they just cannot afford at this moment. So what you do, you're not saying, okay, so this is not for you, because you want to help them. You know that if they're not gonna buy from you, their life not gonna be better. So you help them to understand how they can get the money, and you follow up. You ask them, okay, so how is it going? Is it anything else I can help you with? You just genuinely try to understand how you can help them. And by having this kind of mindset, you will be able to close anyone. Because if people will see that you want to help them, you really care about them, you will have them their trust. And if you've got someone trust, this person gonna buy from you. This person gonna buy it from you. So this is very shortly, how you should close and how usually the conversation should go. So first you should understand where the person is right now. Does it really have the problem that you can solve? And if so, does this person understand that she's got the problem? And then you need to understand how much longer they can survive with this problem, because maybe they don't see the need right now to solve it. Maybe they're gonna solve it in 1 year or 2 years. Maybe they're not ready yet. You need to understand that. Next step is to paint the picture for them. Help them to understand and imagine how better they will be if they will solve the problem right now. And this is the most difficult part, and if you can do it properly, you will sell on the one call. And this is the part you need to learn and practice every day. It's not like that you're gonna learn it and you're gonna, just live with it forever. No, you need to practice it every day. You can practice with your colleagues, other closers, or you can practice by closing for the business owners, or you can even, practice it in your daily life. Because we closing almost every time we go to shop to buy something. When we spoke to our family, we try to get something or convince someone to do something for us, then we closing. So you can practice. You just need to change your mindset to understand it. Okay, so let's say you did the course or you practice by yourself, you read the book, and you think that you are closing, that you are high ticket closer, that you are ready to close. So what you need to do next is to find someone who's gonna hire you or who's have a offer, high ticket closing offer, high ticket offer that you can close for. And how you can do it, it really depends. It depends what kind of niche are you gonna choose. And probably the geolocation also is here the key. But usually what I would do, I would set up a Facebook account, that I'm a high ticket closer, and also LinkedIn account. I will go to the group in the niche I like to work for. So for example, I like to work for, let's say, a health coach. So I will find some group which talk about health, and I will, try to add as much value from my side as I can. So I will read some articles, or I will just link to the articles. I will just make myself seen in this kind of groups. Is it gonna be Facebook? Is it gonna be LinkedIn? Is it gonna be Instagram? It really depends what social media is booming in your region, where the potential customers are, or on which social media. You need to understand that before you're gonna, set up account and go there. And this is really how I started and how I find my first influencer. And from there, usually the business owners will come to you because they will have some reference. You will have some reference from the influencer you work for. So usually the hardest point is to find the first business owner to close for. And one point I like to make it here about the mindset. Why I start from the mindset? Because I think this is really important quote and say a lot about high ticket closing and who high ticket closer is. So what you do anything is how you do everything. And I'm guilty of this. I mean, I didn't think about stuff like that. So for example, when I went for a run or I did something just for pleasure, I didn't put too much attention and too much effort into it, because I thought, okay, I mean, if I'm not gonna run 10K, I'm gonna just run 5, nothing's gonna happen, yeah? I'm gonna be good anyway. Wrong. If you want to achieve something, you need to focus on it. You need to focus on it, and you need to want to be the best into it. And this attitude will help you to become high ticket closer, because this is attitude needed to become high ticket closer. So you cannot be high ticket closer with high attitude on the call, but after the call you will be lazy bastard. It won't work. Trust me. I tried. It won't work. It won't work. Yes, Kenis. every sale really, or I would say every sale starts from adding value. And when you close for business owner, it's not really your role to add value, it's the role of the business owner. So through marketing, through the funnel, they usually add value first to their customers, because high ticket closer close only the warm or hot leads. And I probably Mark talk about how to generate leads and so on. So we took these leads and we just closed them. So high ticket closing is not about cold calling, it's only about inbound calls. So someone calls you and usually the customer already know about the product, so you don't need to spend like a 10 or 15 minutes just pitching them. You just need to understand, are they ready, and is it really the program, product or service for them. And I think this statement also show very good what high ticket closing is, because you focus on quality of the product and service you close for, not the quantity. Because let's say that you work with business owners whose service is 10K and you get 10% from it, which is 1K. So how many clients you need to close per day to make good money? Not a lot. I mean, if you're gonna close like one client per day through 20 days, you're gonna have 20K per month. You're gonna have 20K per month. And this is how you can deliver good quality product and how you can deliver high quality closing to your business owners and to your client, because you can focus on quality, not quantity. On the end, just ending, because this is all I've got really for today. I just want to give you one final thought. No matter what kind of business you are, or are you thinking about setting up new business and so on, you all see, I mean we all see what's happening right now. We've got this pandemic stuff and all the economy is locked down and stuff like that. And even before that, the middle class in US, Europe was shrinking, was really, really shrinking. And what's gonna happen after all this pandemic is gonna go away? But there will be much more poor people in the middle class. So it will be poor middle class. But also there will be much more people who's gonna make a lot of money on this pandemic. And this is really your target group. This is really your target group. And you don't want to work with people who cannot afford for something, or their mindset is that they cannot afford really. Because they didn't do anything to move from the middle class to the upper class. And I'm guilty of that as well. I mean, I work as an engineer for over almost 10 years. So through these 10 years, I didn't do anything to move myself to the upper half, to the upper class, to make this 6, 7, or even 8 figure. Think about this. Where would you like to be in 1, 5, or even 10 years from now? And when you gonna find out where you want to be, ask yourself what you do today to achieve this. That's exactly Nala. Every skill can be learned. Every skill can be learned. It doesn't really matter. I mean, if I could do it, like I said, anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. I'm not smarter, I'm not brighter. There is nothing better in me that you don't have. Anyone can do it. Very, very wise Nala. Okay, and I've got some question. I mean, now we can start Q&A session if you like. And I already got a few questions from Yinka, which I like to address. So just give me a few seconds to do it. And you can, if you've got any question, please ask them now in the chat. Okay, so first question I like to address is how to convince customer for small business, for small businesses. I mean, as a high ticket closer, you shouldn't have to convince anyone. Like I said, you need to understand first, is the product or service you've got gonna help him? And if so, you need to help him to understand how you can help him. So I don't know what precisely business you're thinking about, talking small business, but let's say that you organize like a boat trip. And you've got like a tourist who cannot decide is it for him or not. So you need to understand what is he like? I mean, does he even really like water? Because maybe you will take him on the boat, convince him that you're gonna show him, like a beautiful beaches and landscapes, but all the trip he's gonna throw up because he hates sea and he hates water. So you need to understand first the person, what his need, what brings him here. Maybe there is something else you can offer. And genuinely, if you will be able to help him, even without your offer, if you will be able to, to point him to someone else, to some other direction, you will do something for him, he will get back to you. Maybe he will get back with a friend who won a boat trip or someone else. It will come back to you. You will see. I mean, just give value first. Think about how to give value first, and then it will come back. You will see. I know it's hard on the beginning, especially if you need money right now. It is hard. I've been there. I know that. But try to add value first. Don't think about how to earn, how to make money on this person. Think about how you can help him. About the tricks and tips from the high ticket closer, I don't have many, to be honest. But what really helps me to go from engineer to high ticket closing is meditation. So working on my mind, understanding why I didn't believe that I can be high ticket closer, understanding myself. And it is hard sometimes when we change our life totally, really, because coming from engineering to closing is like a 180-degree change. It is hard. And you can have doubts, you can have days with not depression, but very like a bad day and nothing really works. You can't find business owner, you don't make any money, and you just think that you are rubbish. And this day will come. It always comes when you have business, so it's like ups and downs. So we need to understand why you do what you do. And I know why. I felt empty. I felt that I need to change something to be happy again and to be better person, to be better for my family, and also to be able to provide for my family. Because, okay, like I said, I make good money, but I wasn't at home at all. I was working like 10, 12 hours a day, sometimes even weekends. So my tip from you is understand your why by focusing on yourself, on your inner self. If you know how to meditate, meditate. For example, sometimes people use prayers or a meditation. They calm down when they pray to God they believe, and they try to understand themselves and how, where the God put them in this world, what the role is for them. What is the purpose that they are here on the globe? If you understand that, it will help you to be successful in life, in any skills or any business you like. And when Ken is writing, just answering to last question from Yinka. So negotiating during the closing call, I mean, you don't negotiate. With high ticket products, you don't negotiate. If someone is not willing to pay the price, they don't see the value really. And you don't need to convince them that there is value behind the product. This is really marketing stuff, but also, I mean, if they don't see value, probably their mindset is incorrect. Not the product is bad or something. Probably their mindset is incorrect. And you don't want to close this kind of customers. Like I said, with high ticket closing, you focus on quality, not quantity. So it's not that you need to close everyone. Just one close per day, it's okay. So if you got like a 5, 6 closing calls, you just need to close one. You don't need to close all of them. The reason is that if they want, you to drop the price, probably they won't satisfy anyway with the product, even if you're gonna drop it. Because if you buy something really expensive, you already convince yourself that this is worthy. And you find why is it worthy. While if you buy something cheap, your mind is trying to find why was it so cheap, and you already see it as something worse, something not right, but it was so cheap. So if you will drop with the price on the call, probably there will some other discounts or something else, or anyway, they're not gonna be satisfied, no matter what you're gonna do. That's a very good question, Kenis. To be honest, I never did SWOT analysis, so I don't want to mislead you with anything here. If you want, I can check, I can talk with my friends, I can talk with the business owner I work for. If he knows some more about this, you can, I've got the phone number from you. I will get back to you with the answer. I don't want to answer here because this is first time I hear about this, and I don't want to mislead you. So I will get back with the answer to you. Is it okay? So I guess, Nala, you're asking when I look for a business owner to work for, how do I convince him to work with me? So similar situation. Probably, if I choose the business owner I want to work in, he's in the niche I'm interested in. So I already add some value, maybe to the group he's in. Maybe I already bought his service to understand how does it work. And I already got some interaction with him, so maybe I comment his posts. I don't know. I mean, this is what I usually do. So yeah, with the businesses that the customer, the business owner doesn't know me, I just interact with him. I try to understand where is he in the business, on the business level. Is he really trying to expand? Maybe he doesn't need high ticket closer size now, but if this is a business owner I know that I want to work with, maybe in the future, if not now, I will follow him. I will try to add some value to him. So I will comment his posts. I will share his posts. And social media, LinkedIn. You can get the link from Yinka, or I can provide it to you via WhatsApp, or you can try to find me on Facebook, or like I said, any social media. So if there is no more question, I like to thank you all for